everybody, welcome to Cats Creations Live on Friday night, where tonight we're doing a parody of everything that's having to do with social distancing, wearing masks, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to take this off because unless you work full-time, it's not really needed, and I'm home, so I'm cool. So tonight we are going to be utilizing this sign as our inspiration piece. Social Distancing Club, and at the very bottom in script it says keep your distance. So this is our theme for today's wreath. It's just going to be the only design that I do. I've been asked quite a few times to make a wreath. So like Steve says, even though we might get over this, you know, before the end of the year, this will still be a survivor's wreath that we can go ahead and put up consequently year after year. So if you're new, I want to welcome you. Let me know where you're from so we can try to get you plugged into somebody who's in the wreathing community near you. Most of those connections are made here on the Friday Night Live, so let us know. We'd be happy to welcome you. Because this is a live on Friday night in my public group, you're welcome to share this video wherever you want. Share it to your page if you want to replicate this design, or you want to keep some of the information. It's easier to find it on your page than probably on mine. I will go over the materials as we get to them. And
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. So YouTube people, if you're catching this on YouTube, it is not a true live. If you don't see the little live button right here, right?
Way over there.
Way over here.
Yeah, right there.
Live. It's not live on YouTube. This is a pre-recorded Facebook Live that happened on Friday, the 24th of April. So if you want to join me live and have your questions answered, then please, by all means, go to facebook.com/KatsCreations777. That's the important part. Otherwise, I'm just one of many. And you can participate with us. Other than that, it's a pre-recorded video, and everything that you need to know will be in the description box below this video on YouTube.
And feel free to like and share.
Yep. Okay. So, do we have people joining us?
Yep. Michelle, Lynn, Sharon, Gail, Darlene, Kathy, Jean, Tony, Julia, Angela, Brenda, Deborah, and Caitlin Daughter so far.
Oh, awesome. So, the sign, the Social Distancing Club. I came across this on Shore Life Creations. So just like a beach seashore, Shore Life Creations on Etsy. The shop owner, Betty Spencer, is the one who came up with this ingenious sign. So I had to incorporate this into a wreath. And we're going to keep it fun. So we're going to go with light pastel colors. And if you notice, the theme around, or the border around the sign, is butterflies. It's kind of a play on words. Social butterflies is people who get out and they like to go from place to place. Obviously, we're home quarantined or self-quarantined, so that's not something we could do at this time. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start the design, which is on a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. I'm going to go ahead and wire up the last section because the other 5 are already done. So you're going to take your pipe cleaner. You have 4 rails. We're going to wire together the 2 inner ones. So we're going to use the weld marks on the outside as our guide points to kind of find a middle ground for this one. And I just color coded the white, blue, and pink because those were my color combinations that I kind of went with when I did this design. So we wire the 2, and then we're going to take the other ones. We're going to use the weld mark and the center one here to kind of find a middle ground, and we're going to wire the outside 2 together. So right about here. On the outside, it's about every 2 inches. On the inside, it's about every 3 to 3.5. You don't have to be exact. This is just what works for me. And now we're all ready to go.
Hi, gals, just join in.
So I'm going to kind of make some room. So I'm going to push my props away.
Lisa said, love to watch you design.
Oh, this will be a fun design. This could actually be used for just the overall base. You can use it for baby shower, you can use it for birthday, you can use it for Easter, you can use it for spring. So the base is universal. What were you saying?
Hi, Brenda. Oh, Brenda's on. She said, butterflies are my sign from God.
Oh, very good. And I needed my chip clip. So
hi, Katrina. Hi, Patty. Hi, gals, just joining.
let me find
Jesse, Julie, Sue.
Let me find my tip foot. If not,
It's on this side, it's orange. It's on the other side.
oh, that's why we have a see-through box, right? So you can actually see everything. So we're going to be using 3 different color Deco mesh. I used this on my spring Easter wreath this year, so I'm using up the ones that I had left over. So this one's a blue, pink, and purple. Then I have one that's orange, pink, and green. And then another one that is pink, yellow, and blue. So we're going to alternate those on 25-inch Cruffles. So these are all wire, or what do you call them?
What? The Cruffle?
No. Wood burning tool.
Wood burning tool. Oh,
I was
sorry.
like, I can't, yes, they've all been burned with the wood burning so that there's no frays. But using the Cruffle method takes those cut edges anyway, and we kind of combine them. So the easiest way to do it is to go with the curl. So you're going to start, and usually the starting is the hardest part, so I fold the first one. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I kind of got quite 5. And then you're going to go to the other side, do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to scrunch or ruffle everything else. And I don't lay it face down, just like I've created it here is exactly how it's going in. And I always start on the inside one, and then what I'll do is I work to the next one over, which is going to be out. So it'll be in, out, out, in, out, out, in. So I just kind of go along, adding different color Deco mesh all the way around.
Hi Marcel, she says, love the sign. You guys are supposed to warm up in a big way. Yeah, that's supposed to be in the 80s this week.
90
right?
something tomorrow.
90?
It is, we ran our air for the first time last night.
Yeah, Patty, it's 10-inch mesh, but it's Cruffle method, so they're all cut to 25 inches.
You could go 30. I wouldn't go any shorter than that, because then you don't really get the Cruffle effect, which is curls / ruffles combined.
Yep. And then Kathy, the sign is from Shore Life Creations.
Yeah, you want to type that in
Etsy.
there? So
And it's SHORE.
yes. So I'll have Steve kind of create a link for you guys so it's easy to find. And she actually does that sign on a rail as well. So if you wanted to kind of take your sign and turn it into your rail creation, you can definitely do that. 3, 4, 5. So now is the question and answer part. So if you guys have any questions, by all means, hit me up.
Hi Lynetta, this is Lynetta from Manteca, California. Hi Lynetta.
Welcome.
Yep.
Manteca is not too far from where my daughter lives. She lives in Modesto.
Yeah.
And every time we drive through, we see Manteca.
Yep. And then hi Roz from Ontario, Canada.
Thank you for joining us, Roz.
Yep. Marcel didn't notice the butterflies. Love it.
Right? I was like, okay, what's the deal with the butterflies? And then I'm like, oh, social butterflies.
Yep.
I get it now.
And then Sue, she always, with this wire frame method that she uses, she's always 12 on the outside and 6 on the inside. So it's a total of 18.
Yeah, I totally forget sometimes to tell you that. So yeah, it'll be grand total of 18. So I'm keeping the same theme around the outside color-wise. So I'm doing, so you're going to kind of see that I just did this one to the outside. So this one's going inside. So I want to make sure that the 6 that I have on the inside are completely different. Like the pattern stays with the, you know, the pink, blue, and purple. And then I'm going to do this one. And then I got to make sure that when we get to this one, that we do the 3rd color combination. That way it kind of breaks them up and allows that pattern to kind of continue around the wreath.
Hey, Bev, that's a good evening from Chile, Central New York State.
Wow, chilly. I'll take your cold. I'm really done with the heat. And we just got started. I know. I hate the heat. I really hate the heat. I was so happy with the cold that we've been having and the rain.
Yeah, I did like the rain. Because our rain is not a cold rain. It's a 40s, 50s cold, not a 10 degrees, 20
Like
degrees cold.
Potential snow one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this will make this design very full and very thick because you get the waves from the ruffles, and then you get the curls, which are going to also help contain all that deco mesh. So I'm looking at my color combos, and I need the green. I want to make sure this one stays. This one here. Very important, because when you cut 6 of each color, you don't want to wind up short somewhere. So this one's going to go on the bottom.
And I think because you're using pastels, you can mix all those colors together, right?
You really can. Well, because originally I was going to do just the entire base solid pink, and then I was like, I have this stuff left over from Easter, and all the colors are from the butterflies around the sign, so I'm like, I'm just going to use that up and be done with it. So this was a great design for this particular, the 3 rolls of deco mesh I had left.
And then Antoinette asked, where did you get the mesh from? Is that craft
This is
out?
all craft outlet,
Craft
so it was
outlet.
all their Easter. I don't know if these colors are still available. So,
Wow.
looking at the inside.
Aline Ron said it's plus 11 here today. And that
Plus,
was up in Ontario, Canada.
that's cold.
That is cold.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You were in the, what, 80s today?
It's 87, I think. It's pushing the 90 mark. When we woke up, it was 75 already. So we will not see a cool down, I don't think, until the middle of next week. So it's odd.
No, that's kind of an interesting question. You probably could, but I don't think it would ruffle out that much. She asked, are you able to do a cruffle with a 5.5-inch deco mesh? Because it's not so narrow. You probably could. It would
just
ruffle
be
out a little
very
bit, but
small.
yeah, it'd be very small.
Really small. I have not done that, so I could not speak from experience and tell you.
But you could do it on a straight frame if you wanted to try it.
Okay, I'm just making sure my colors are correct, because I'm working the outside from the inside, so it's a little different. So it's easier to look at the inside and go, okay, I know what the color. From the outside, I have to stop and go, okay, where did I leave off?
D, it's 10-inch mesh cut to 25 inches. All of them are cut to the same length.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I had exactly like 2 pieces left of every single color. So I'm keeping it because I can always use those as spare if I need to fill with any of these particular colors that we're doing. So we're back to the inside, and we're going to go back to, this is my favorite color. I like the cool colors. I like the blues, the pinks, and the purples. 2, 3, 4, 5. So chip clips work. If you don't have a chip clip, you can use clothespins, binder clips. Can't use your Bodabra because you need to still work with the opposite end and the middle. So that's not an option. And this is all like mid-level metallic. It's not the high foil metallic. So I'm just looking. Okay, I got this, and I needed to grab this back because it's on our bottom. So it's almost going to be like following suit. 4, 5, chip clip. So it's just a habit of counting. So I'm like 5, flip it, count another 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to ruffle. So it works out really good for a lot of mesh that you have at the very end of the roll because it wants to curl on its own anyway. me get my pipe cleaner in. And there we go. So now I'm going to go with my yellow and green and pink. Do you guys like the color combination? Do you think this is going to go well? It was fun pulling pastels again. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got to go dig those out of your spring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And somewhere I have ribbon with butterflies on it, but I don't know where it's at. I'll probably find it after I finish this design, because that would have looked really cute in here as well. Okay, and then we're going to grab our next color, which is blue, pink, and yellow. And that'll finish up that side. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Della said, love the wreath on the door.
That would make a really good Mother's Day wreath.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good front door
5.
wreath too.
Yeah, it really is. It's a great, hey, I know of a friend who needs to be cheered up gift. So I'm trying to keep this all in the same, because I kind of got it, like when I was scrunching, I was kind of doing it crooked. So I had to just stay back on the yellow. And the mesh that has these bands in it, it's really easy to keep your cruffle pattern going. You just stay on whatever row you're working on. So we are going to go pink.
This one. Brenda said, my husband is asleep in the chair and Cooper is asleep by my side, so I'm watching this awesome video.
Thank you, Brenda.
Hope you're doing well, Brenda.
I saw Brenda's been making wreaths again, so that makes me happy. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe now is the time to start creating again. It keeps us busy, that's for sure.
Yes, it does.
Right? So now I'm going to go back to my pink, purple, and blue down on the bottom. Just stretch that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chip clip. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what have you guys been doing while we're waiting for life to go
Back to normal?
I don't think it'll ever go back to normal. I think it'll just
Somewhat.
for us to socialize again. Are you guys working from home? Are you crafting? Yellow and
Thanks, Ruth. She says, hello from Quebec.
wow,
Such beautiful colors. We've got a lot of Canada people.
I know. That's why I was like, that's nice.
Gail said, hoping to make a wreath. I think she said this weekend, maybe next weekend.
Gail?
Yeah. Marcia said, I'm loving this wreath. Love your choices of mesh as usual. Sue says, I've been crafting.
You've been crafting. I need to craft more. 2, 3.
Jean said, do you have an email? I need to send you a message.
Just go to KatsCreations777@gmail.com and I will get your message. There we go.
Andrea Lee said crafting. Darlene is an essential worker. She's a bank teller.
Okay.
Oh, Yuli is moving.
Really? Where are you
That's gotta be
moving
kinda
to?
tough.
We did that. We moved Caitlin in the midst of this when it just got going. Remember how much fun that was?
Yeah.
Try finding a moving company that will rent you a moving truck in the midst of that. We're not supposed to technically be open kind of thing, but you know, people still gotta move. 3, 4. That was fun.
Yeah, not really.
Well, had we not been so limited on time, I don't think it would have been a bad thing.
I mean, it's still not the same.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm making sure that I'm matching my inside. So I finished my last inside one, so I'm good there.
Yep.
So now,
Gals, the sign again is from Shore Life Creations on Etsy. It's SHORE Life Creations on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
And Kat said they have a rail like that as well.
Yes, they do. 2, 3, 4, 5. And
Antoinette has cleaned up my garage and craft area. That's a good thing to do.
2.
Happy Friday, Betty and gals.
I'm still scrunching.
James had been crafting. My husband is a nurse, so I bet you he's busy.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. That's like my daughter. She works for the hospital, so there is no days off.
Hi Sharon, yeah, it's been a while. This is the first time here in months. Happy to see you. Happy to see you too.
Back.
Happy Friday.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the last
Oh,
one.
Betty is on. It's Betty Spencer, right?
Yes.
She says, I thought that sign looked familiar, LOL.
This is such an amazing sign. I have been asked, please, please, please make a quarantine wreath. And I'm like, we could go totally dark, like radioactive quarantine with like gas masks from World War II, or we can do something fun. I chose to do something fun. But I like your butterflies around the outside of the sign. That was a cute touch for all of us.
Jean, she'll verify that you joined the private group after the video.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Can't do anything right now. Okay, so ta-da! Here's our base. So look, when we take this amazing sign, and this is a 12-inch round, by the way. Look how the colors from all the butterflies and that pink really pop this sign. So this is going to be super fun. I'm going to probably move this one down just a touch because we have to do our bow. So let's go ahead and get the bow done so we can figure out real estate wise where's the best place to put the sign. So I'm going to take this, put this off to the side, get my trusty Bodabra and all my ribbon.
Yeah, that's a good question. She said, are you going to do a teardrop frame sometime? That'd be interesting to see how you would do a teardrop.
I'm trying to think if I've done something similar. Not generally speaking. I'm trying to think of the door swag that we did. I think I used a teardrop frame, but we just did it as a overall door swag. And thinking back, I can't even remember what holiday it was for. I want to say it was Christmas that we used that. So let's go over the ribbon. We're gonna do the green and white checked. So this came from Shinoda, which is an online wholesaler. You can order stuff from them online. This was from a couple of years ago, so I'm really getting down to the bottom. The blue geometric print came from Craft Outlet that we're going to be using. We're going to use the pastel stripe, Craft Outlet again. Then we're going to come in with this checkered pastel ribbon, whatever. Craft Outlet as well. Then we're adding a blue and a green and a white checkered. This came from Hobby Lobby. And then we're going to top it off with the yellow, or whatever, the yellow in here. And I'm like, I think I have enough. I might need you to sneak and look and see if you can find the brand new roll that looks like this. It's the
like
diagonal plaid.
Mm-hmm. Betty said those mesh colors would also go great with a new unicorn sign I just added. So cute.
I already ordered a lot of signs from Betty. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. So, have a lot of really cool designs and a lot of amazing ribbon. I can't wait to show you guys. So, I really do need to take advantage of quarantine time and kind of set aside my mask for a little bit and start going back to wreath designing. So, I've been between donating to hospitals and making them for the general public. It's been time consuming. So we're gonna take our 2.5, we're gonna start this at the bottom, and I'm gonna do a 10-inch tail. Thanks, Steve.
All right. Yep.
And then I'm gonna twist. So everything we do on the Bodabra is all about the twist. So And then we're doing 5.5-inch loop on the very bottom. So we're just gonna do it like this. Make sure that I'm at 5.5, that's actually like 6, which would have been fine, but then it starts to eat away at too much real estate on the wreath, and we need to make sure this stays out of the way of the words. So we do have a little bit of spacing because it comes in and indents on the top, so we do have some room to bring our bow to the top. So do the same thing, and then a 10-inch tail all the way out, and we'll dovetail the ends. So I'll show you how to do that really quick if you've never done it before. You're going to take your wired edges, bring them together, and then you're going to cut from the folded side down to your point. If you cut the opposite way from the wired side here, you're going to have the point of your arrow. So this way gives you the little V formation. We call it ducktails, dovetails. It's just a nice fancy way to kind of make your ribbon look nicer. You can do a slant cut on them as well. You could do it all at the very end. So this time we're going to do 9.5-inch tails. So twist.
Betty said, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I was telling everybody about the rail that you have that goes with that. The rail would be a really super cute touch. I wasn't sure. I was like, rail, wreath, rail. But it sure is nice to find other people that are selling the rails with the signs attached. Because I don't want to get into painting my own signs. That's just too much time for me. So these are 5-inch loops, 9.5-inch tails on the second 2.5-inch ribbon. So I usually go 2, 2.5, and then 4, 1.5 inch. This one's actually going to have a different, it's going to have 7. So I'm going to add a fun little touch that Betty included on the sign. I didn't want to go completely in that direction, but it'll look good. Okay, so now looking at the rest, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I want to break these up and leave them like this.
Hi gals, just joining in.
I think that would make a nice cute touch.
Angela said, "Yay, I caught you live again."
I think I'm going to do it like this now. Hold on. Like that. Trying to break it up, and then I need a different color for the very top, so it'll kind of play to the last ribbon that I'm adding. So this one is going to be 9-inch tails with 4.5-inch loops. So here is my 9. So every time I'm adding a ribbon, I'm going down 1/2 inch on the tails, and all but the middle 2 will all be the same. They all go down 1/2 inch. So the middle 2 just stay the same, which are 4.5-inch loops. And then a 9-inch tail. So I'm trying to keep the same colors going throughout the wreath. And then these are obviously going to be our ribbon choices for the outside as well. Put all this stuff here. So do you guys like this design, or do you think we should have taken it in the darker direction?
Oh, a lot of gals said that they really like the sign.
Okay. Going light, going fun, keeping it happy. We're going to see if we have enough on this roll. So 8.5-inch tail. And then same loop size, 4.5 inches. So it's super easy. You can just put your fingers in both loops and pull. Ooh.
Had more than you thought, huh?
Had more than I thought, yeah. And now I don't have to keep that excess roll with just a touch. What I generally do if I have some that is left over, because I don't want it to occupy space, I will take the leftover, like if I have another 13 to 16 inches, I'll just take it and wrap it to the outside of this one so that I know, hey.
Right, that's a good point. Yeah, Donna said I like it. It's bright and cheerful. And then Betty said no one needs dark days right now. We need to find happy wherever we can. That is so
we
true.
We do.
Donetta, Betty Spencer, who is 2 posts above you. She has her own shop on Etsy called Shore Life Creations.
Betty, did you post the link? Did you go to etsy.com/shop and then put Shore Life Creations? That way it'll make it help, or Betty can do it. And tag her own shop. She's got a lot of really nice stuff. A lot of nice stuff. So I like looking for new designs. And she does ribbon and she sells wreaths. So it's a little bit of everything. Oops. See if this was me. I should try this and see if I can finish this roll. So this one is going to be 8 inch.
Okay, I pinned it.
Thank you. Okay, 8 inch.
Oh.
Did you not do it right?
Yeah, I did. Oh, we did. I forgot the shop.
You forgot the what?
The shop.
Oh yeah, shop. Yeah, you need the shop part. Okay, so we don't want this one to be 4.5, but we want it to be 4. So the 5th ribbon is 4 inches. It's starting to get pretty thick in there. So I'm always bringing it back to the 10-inch line. Like I use the center right here and I line it up on the 10 so that as I'm pulling my ribbon out, I can just measure right in front of me. Is this 6 inches out? Is this a touch too long? So 8 to the blue. And then,
Betty, I think I got that right.
if not, she can go ahead and do her site.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit left on here.
Angela said, "Yippee! I got you on my smart TV."
Yay! I know. I wish I could do that here so that I can read comments and I can see what you guys are doing. But I'm trusting Steve to field all my comments. So if he misses one, because it happens from time to time, just go back and comment again.
It does.
Or one of the people in my group, feel free to jump in there and help out. So we're doing 7.5 inch tails now. So we're gonna flip this over. And this is gonna be 3.5 inch loops for the very top. And I chose to use all patterned ribbon. I thought about using some solids in here, but I was like, I like pattern. Plus, most of my ribbon is patterned. I've had to discipline myself and force myself to start buying some solids.
Judy, well, this is more of a fabric question, but we have bins and bins of fabric that we got from my mom and from a friend of Kat's that we just started pulling out some of the bins we kind of forgot we had.
Yes.
And we realized we have yards
bins.
and yards and yards of fabric. So, I mean, we have gone to Walmart and bought other fabric when they had it, but they're pretty much out of it right now.
Well, I think our Walmart removed the fabric, or either they sold out of the fabric because there's no fabric anymore. I think it was in an effort to dissuade us from socializing at Walmart. Like, that's exactly what we wanted to do. And then now I'm gonna take this ribbon, which is not wired, so we'll see how well it works. But look, it's measuring tape. Because at the very bottom of this line, I don't know if you guys can see it, it says keep your distance, and it's got a measuring tape in it. So you could buy measuring tape, or you can just go buy measuring tape ribbon, which is what this is. So I'm just going to, because it's too small to dovetail cut, I'm just gonna do an angle cut on it, and we'll see how well this works to incorporate this into our design. The fact that it's gonna sit on top of wired ribbon should give it some life. So the challenging part is to hold it, to get your loops in place, make sure they're the same. You know, you want your length where it needs to be. And I'm just gonna randomly cut that one. And while I get my extra pipe cleaner.
Betty, thanks for catching that. I fixed it.
What was that?
I pinned it, but it was Creations.
Oh.
I had an M instead of an M.
Gotcha.
I don't even think, I don't think when you click on it, it does. Okay, the link does work.
It should if
So
it's
there it goes.
pinned.
Yeah, it takes it. It takes
Awesome.
it right to it. Yeah.
Okay, so pipe cleaner. We're gonna use yellow because we're finished with yellow.
Done at a, yep, Walmart sold out of their fabric and sewing machines. I know.
And that's where the measuring tape ribbon came from, was Walmart, but eons ago.
Yeah.
So I'm going to carefully pick up the stack, and then I'm going to take my pipe cleaner. Just the way that I hold it allows me to go right between, and then I can take this whole stack, keep it stacked, and then twist it pretty good. Just like that. And then we're good on that. And then I'll show you how I fluff it with my handy dandy. This is my fluff board. So this is an 18 by 24 inch wood cutting board. I think I got this at Bed Bath & Beyond, but they can get pricey. The best thing to do is to go to Lowe's or Home Depot, get a piece of an 1 to 3/4 inch piece of plywood, and then have it cut to 18 by 24 inches, and then just put a C hook in the top. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna catch this right here and spin it around.
So make sure you sand down the board.
Yeah, if you get the
All
plywood
edges.
part.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could put a ruler on here, so it can be really nice. So as you can see, I just kind of angled it sideways so that it's holding all of my ribbon. And I find it's easier just to fluff long ways instead of short ways. So we're gonna start from the bottom, and we grab a loop and a tail, and you're gonna pull them in opposite directions, just like this.
And I'm gonna zoom in.
And you go to the other side, and you're gonna go opposite. So you're gonna grab your tail or your loop on this side and tail on this side, so that you have tails opposite, loops opposite, and then you go to your next one. So you're not gonna follow the same pattern, you're gonna go opposite. So we're gonna pull the tail this way and the loop this way. And what it does is it kind of goes loop, loop, tail. And then when we do this one, you're gonna see it's gonna pull everything in the same pattern so that you have mixes. And we'll go back and adjust this at the very end. Our whole goal is to get everything in the same place. And if at any point you don't like I don't feel like pulling this one so that it's by the green, I'd rather it be by the blue, it's fine. Switch directions and go same, you know, one on top of the other. Just remember when you go to the opposite side to pull opposite of what you just did, so that you're always getting one loop and one tail. And then we're following blue, one loop, one tail.
Cheryl asks, what's the benefit you see fluffing on the board versus the wreath?
I used to always fluff on my wreath, but it became difficult for people to see what I was doing. So this just breaks up all the deco mesh so that they can see the color loops and tails being pulled. If I was to do it on here, it would kind of blend, and then it kind of gets lost for people who are learning the process of doing that. So No big bonus doing one versus the other. And then we're doing this one.
Cynthia asked, would you recommend 8-inch or 12-inch round signs for wreaths?
Depends on what kind of design you're doing and what kind of sign you're working with. I wanted this one to really occupy the whole space. If I was going to put a ton of embellishments or a plush or something on it, I would probably go with a smaller sign. Or if I was doing a grapevine, I would take it down to an 8-inch so that I could add some floral or some sprays along that side.
Yeah, the 12-inch rounds are good for if you're going to do tails around the whole thing and then one bow. But if you wanted to do something different and have like the sign on the side and have some other stuff on it, you could go down to the smaller 8-inch round.
Exactly. So then once you have it all fluffed, you can start pulling your loops, your tails, and then to get the arch back in your tails, if you keep your fingers like when we used to do curling ribbon with the scissors, you just kind of put your fingers on that side and you just pull them. And then it'll kind of put the arcs back in your ribbon. Plus it feels fun to do, except for the plaid at the bottom. It doesn't really like to do that. So let me mix this up. Hold this over here.
Rosalind said a great way to teach bow fluffing. Yep.
It is. Super nice. Okay, ta-da! And then it'll stay so I can show you.
Yep.
So it's all done. And then we're going to go ahead and pull it off and then figure out where it's going to go. I just needed to make sure. And you just push it off the hook. I'm going to take this. And now we are going to, I look at my bow and I look for a place where, because there's always one side where there's more loops and less tails. So in this case, if you look at the bow, it's right down here, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I'm going to make sure that this is bordering my sign. So it'll kind of go, I usually look for a flat spot. Probably somewhere in here. So let me just hypothetically add this. So I'm just going to temporarily put this bow, now that it's fluffed, I'm going to attach it to the frame. And you don't want to pull, because if you pull it, you will basically just unfluff all your ribbons and you'll fold it. So it just stays right on top of everything that we've done.
Darlene says, is there a name for that style of bow?
Yeah, I
The
named
cat
it after
bow.
myself. It was the cat bow. It was like, because it's the one that's like, okay, I remembered how to do it over and over and over again, and it's the one that I kind of gravitate towards because it makes a nice bow and not overly long tails. So I don't know, that's just my bow.
Yeah, Donetta. Well, Cindy asked, what is the size of the oval grapevine in the door behind you? That one's tall. I think that one's 24 length.
I want to say
26?
it's 22.
22?
22 at the long, and then it's short. So
Yeah.
I'm gravitating towards the oval grapevines now.
Yeah. Donetta, we've been that way for a while. She said starting May 1st, everyone in Illinois is required to wear a mask when they're in public place.
We've been doing that since end of March.
Yeah, end of March.
Yeah, California put you have to. They tried to throw all these stupid rules down, like you had to wear it when you were in your car, and I'm like, are you really serious?
Yeah.
And then that got overturned and rescinded. And so now they're like, anytime you get out and have to go into a public place, you have to be masked.
Yep.
And they prefer no gloves. So they're telling people don't wear gloves.
Cheryl said, yeah, here in Houston, some businesses are reopening curbside or retail to go. Our places pretty much stayed open for the most part. There was a couple places that closed down.
Yeah, a couple, like
Cracker
Stein.
Yeah.
Well, Cracker Barrel is open, but it's
To go only.
to go only. Yeah, and then we've always had like Uber Eats and Grubhub and stuff like that. So
all of our fast food places just close their dine-in and they're just drive-through only.
okay, so all I did is go around the inside part of my wreath and I took out all the middle pipe cleaners. So now I'm looking at where I want my sign to be, because I really don't want my bows impacting my sign at all. So sometimes that might need, you know, moving one of your Cruffles out of the way so that you can pull that around. And I think for the most part, this is where it's gonna tentatively go. So, and then I'll have to just pull my bow back a little bit. So we need to add holes to the sign. The easiest way to do that is if you get metal hole punch pliers. These would have been something you could go in and get, but now you can get them from Amazon. They're in the like jewelry section. These are 1.5 millimeter. You can go all the way up to 2, but I wouldn't recommend going anything bigger than that. So they work just like a hole punch. You are going to, I'm looking at where I want to add mine. I think I'm going to go top and bottom. So I'm just going to punch it, and I kind of do a little wiggle just to make sure that you're not going to get any metal on the back side, but just to maybe make the hole just a touch bigger if you needed to. Because my pipe cleaners are super thick, like really thick.
They fit tight in there. Yeah.
And yeah, they'll go. They just need some help. So we will add.
Brenda, she said it's like the Terry bow, just using the bow dabber.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donna said most of my stores are out of pipe cleaners, but you can order pipe cleaners online.
Yeah, you can. I'm trying to think who has. Hobby Lobby has the best. If you buy the like just all white or beige or black, you get 140 for like $4.99. Trying to get this
Hey, Jimmy.
even. And then we'll go ahead and attach our sign top to bottom.
Jimmy's watching.
Is he?
Yeah.
Just don't accept any more friend requests from random people with my picture on it.
Right.
That was odd. Things people do for fun.
Thank you for letting us know too.
Exactly. I was like, oh no, not that. So I'm moving my Deco mesh so that I can position my pipe cleaners to go through my mesh. And I'm trying to hit the bar. So I'm going to pull this down. I think it needs to go over more. It's pulling it too far to the right. There we go. Kind of helps. Yeah, so I was making sure I actually hit a rail. I've done that before where I'm just in space. And I don't really have anything else going on. So my whole goal is to make sure we're not really impacting our sign too much. If we do, we need to pull the bow back just a little bit. It might mean repositioning some of your, like I said, the Cruffles. But I think it looks good like this, right?
Yeah.
Does that look okay? You can still read this sign?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I like the fact that it's not totally
Centered.
centered. Yeah, it's off a little bit.
And then now we're going to go around the outside and we're going to add some, we're going to take these ribbons. We're going to do tails and half bows. So the blue geometric and then the green platter all cut to 13 inches. So we're going to alternate those all the way around just the outside. And we'll fix the bow again before we get to the end. So always fold them in the middle so you know where middle is, and then I kind of pinched it all together. And this goes just like this inside the pipe cleaners. I don't undo the pipe cleaners. And I just kind of twist it like so. And then what I'll do is I'll bring the tails down like this so that they kind of fan out. Just like the bow is branching out, so will the ribbon tails around the outside. So we're gonna alternate.
Sandra, no, it looks like somebody copied her Kathleen Smith page, right?
They didn't, well, they took my personal page and they took my picture and took my name.
Right.
And then sent it out to the people that obviously are friends on my public, because I don't have a private profile. I have a public profile. So sadly, some people like messaged me and said, "Hey, I got a message request from you. Why are you using your maiden name?" I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah.
So when I pulled it up, I reported it to Facebook, and then literally within minutes, that profile was gone. So I apologize to the people who got requests. The easiest way to check, because we get them all the time, right, is just go look and see, is there pictures, is there friends,
Is there followers? Yeah.
Yeah, if it's okay, it's your picture, I know it's you and it's your name, go look and see. If you've already been a friend of mine, don't accept a second friend request from me. I would never just go out and create a totally different profile. I would probably email everybody and say, "Hey, I was hacked and I need to take this down," but I wouldn't take away years of posts that I've had up there.
Oh, Kathy asked, where did you get all the ribbon?
Yeah, I did. So the green and white came from Shinoda, and the blue geometric, the pastel stripe, the orange and white on the diagonal, there's a new one too, the pink, I didn't even incorporate that one in there. Yeah, like the pink polka dot, I didn't even incorporate that one. Pink polka dot, and then the orange, not orange, yellow, pink, and green ribbon. Those all came from
Craft outlet.
Shinoda.
Oh, Shinoda?
Yeah, they came from Shinoda.
But the blue, green, white checker, I think, is from Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby,
right?
Yeah. And everything else came from Craft Outlet. That's kind of weird how I picked. Oh, now I'm thinking I had 6 1.5 inch ribbon, because I always pick 6 for the 6 overall. I don't know why I grabbed 6 1.5 inch.
Yeah, Denise, right? She said people are always doing that, like duplicating other people and trying to hack other people.
Yeah, that's usually my first thing. It's generally a friend or a family member, and I'll go look and see, why is this person friend requesting me again? And then I message them and I say, "Hey, someone's hacked your profile picture. You might want to report them. You don't have to, do anything different on your end. Just report them."
Yeah. Sharon asked, have you done a unicorn wreath?
I have. I did do a unicorn wreath that actually sold to one of my friends from work.
I don't think you did. You do a live on it? I don't think you did a live.
Yeah, I did.
Did you? Oh, okay. That's right.
It's on the public, so look for it on YouTube. We did the unicorn sign, remember? We opted,
Yeah.
People asked if they wanted to do the unicorn sign or the unicorn plush, so they said sign over plush. So that's what we did. So yes, unicorn has been done. And so we're making our way around, and I like the way that the ribbon on the edge just finishes off the Deco mesh. It complements it, it doesn't cover it. And now I've got to add one right under.
Cheryl said, I just ordered from Perpetual Ribbon for first time. Excited to work with some better quality ribbons. I'm learning my lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have good ribbon.
They do. So here's that one. Let me make sure. I think I pulled this one too far in. Hold on. Yeah, I grabbed the inner. I need to get the one next to it, which is an outer. Otherwise I'd come up one extra. So this will actually cascade over once I finish underneath it. 3 more to go, and then I don't know why. That's just so odd because I normally don't do 6 different ribbons for the outside, but it's gonna get it.
I think Betty, she does have a unicorn sign. That's
Yeah, she said she did.
She said she just made one, so. In fact, she said the colors of this would go good with that, so go check it out. I've got her Etsy shop pinned at the bottom. Just gotta click on the link.
There you go. Okay, 2 more, and then we can add the outside half bows, and then we'll add some butterflies to this, and then we should be done. So let me make sure I've addressed everything. So we did the share, we talked about YouTube. So if you're catching this on YouTube, it is a replay of the Facebook Live from Friday, April 24th, which is tonight. It just depends on when YouTube actually uploads the video. We try to do it Friday night, the same, but it may be different. Okay. So all of these 6 ribbons are all cut to 16 inches, and we're going to just pick random colors. I did 2 of every color for a grand total of 12. So we're just going to try to pair them up with what complements the other. So I have 2 of the pastel striped, which Craft Outlet. This was Hobby Lobby, Craft Outlet. These 2 were Shinoda, and then Craft Outlet. So I think I touched on all of them right. So half bows. If you just bring your tails together, these are 16-inch strips, and then 2 inches from the very end, so very end to the pinch point, it's exactly 2 inches. You're going to put this directly into your pipe cleaner like here, and then let me show you what we're going to do. You go ahead and put that in there, and you're going to twist your pipe cleaners because we're pretty much done with that one. We'll cut that off, and then I take my pipe cleaner and I tuck it behind the loop, and then you have one side that's right, one side that's wrong, so you're going to have to flip your wrong side so they're both right side, and then that's just a really nice filler and a complement to the ribbon tail that it's next to.
She'll flip it around so you can see it here in a minute.
There you go. Just like that. And then I will pick one from back here. I will probably take this and put this on the green. So I'm just going to do this one that's right here underneath. I'm hoping. 2, 3.
Sandra asked, have you ever made a unicorn wreath using the Candy King frame?
I have not. I know it's possible.
Have you seen gals do it?
They do it like a horse head. People did it for their reindeer at Christmas time, and so now they're using it for a horse head form. So, yeah, I just haven't done that. So let me start over here. So
Rosalind said, love the half bow. Debbie, look at the bottom where my pinned comment is. It's Short Life Creations for the sign. You can click on that. It'll take you right to her Etsy page.
1, 2, 4. So it's always good to put a couple extra twists in there. And so we're going to do yellow on top of the green because that's really nice. And then we're back to blue. Let's put pink. Pink goes good with blue. And I'm just working my way around. One, 2. then I have to pick another color for green, because I did the green over there. So yeah, quality ribbon makes all the difference in the world, not only with your bows, but just making your tails or anything else you need to stand out on your design. Try to make sure that I come around with that right ribbon. So we'll add the blue and the green, because that makes sense to add it to the green. And as you can see, we're just kind of adding those little pastel pops all the way around. And then I'm like looking at what colors. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So we'll go back to yellow. Yellow. And then we'll do pastel, and then we're good.
Getting fluffy.
It's getting fluffier. I know, I'm trying to speed it up. It's nice to just move your Cruffles around, like, or the stripes. Do you guys like the design? Does it look cherry? You could totally put this wreath on your front door until 4th of July.
Yeah, it could.
It'd make a really nice all-purpose wreath for your front door. So this is available in my Etsy shop. And this one actually comes with a gift with purchase. So if you purchase this wreath, it comes with one of the face masks that I'm making. So it either comes with the one that has the elastic, you can go with the option for elastic, or we make them with the ties. So they're both reversible, they have wired nose bridges, they have the pockets for you to put your filters in. It just depends on whatever filter you want to use. I include a paper filter that you can take out. It's very thin, so it keeps the breathability. You know, you don't want to pack it too full with filters, because then you can't breathe through it. Kind of defeats the point if you can't breathe to have it in your mask. So we put 2 days worth of filters in there, and then give you the link where you can purchase more, which are fairly inexpensive. So those come with a social distancing wreath.
Sharon says, reminds me of Easter. Bev said, beautiful and very uplifting. Rosalind said, did you put ribbon tails on all your pipe cleaners? Or on the outside, yes.
Yes, I did. Just on the outside. Because the sign and the bow would take up the inside 6, so you wouldn't see them anyway. And it's just, you know, if you're looking at keeping your costs down, you want to make sure you're not like overdoing it, just adding gobs and gobs of ribbon, and then you miss the deco mesh that's there.
Yep, Cynthia, if you actually look a couple weeks back, we posted the video of the patterns for the masks, as well as did a video for it. So you should be able to go back a couple weeks and just type in her search line medical mask video, and it should pop up.
Well, if you just go to YouTube, it's the easiest way to find it.
Yeah, it's on our YouTube page too.
Just put face mask tutorial, and we teach you how to make them. Because I don't know how other people are making them. I think some people are just doing them single-sided. But these ones are so nice, because like when you do the pattern, you could flip them if you wanted the different viewpoint and just redo your nose piece, and then you have patterns both sides.
Yeah, ours is fully reversible.
Yeah, I wanted to make them quality. You know, if you have to wear them, they need to be fun and they need to be pretty. That's just my whole theory.
Sharon, yeah, people have used coffee filters inside the masks as well before for filters.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
the people at the hospital, they have their own like little, what do they call it, droplet?
Yeah, they're droplet filters.
Droplet filters that keep the liquids from penetrating the fabric. So as long as the pocket's available, then it makes the healthcare people happy. And then the ties are more suitable for long-term wearing. Like if you have to wear that all day, the elastic can, you know, it wears on you. So people are making these little extenders now so that they give you gap around your ears. So those are kind of interesting.
And then Renee, this will probably go in a 22 by 22 by 6 box. It might be 24 inches, but she uses 22 by 22 by 6 or 24 by 24 by 6.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, it's 24. I'll have to because I'm fidgeting on this side a little bit. I have to even it up, but it looks like it's right at 24 or 25. So let's make sure we have that all back. So now,
Sandra, yeah, the Cruffle method does make a fuller wreath than just a ruffle.
It really does. So ruffle method, if you just want more flat, not elevated curls, you can get by with a curl, but you need more of them, and then it makes it very full and very thick. So this is kind of
curls leave a lot of gaps, but the Cruffle
fills the gap.
does not. It fills the gaps. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's add some butterflies because I pulled butterflies. So I think I want to do a purple. I have a purple, orange, and a blue one. I think. So we'll look. 'Cause we kind of need that. So we can add one to our bow. We have I have a green one too. So here's orange, but I think orange is too not there with the colors. Let me pull one of the green ones out and maybe one of the blue. Okay. They're all wired in. So I'm looking at them for just color purposes. Maybe we'll just do, I have the pink one. Let me look at the blue.
Kim said so. Love the sleeve.
Trying to get them all undone. Why they twisted them so deep is beyond me. Let's pull a blue one. I think the white is a little too. Trying to straighten these out so that we can add a couple. So here's the green. What do you guys think color wise? I'm gonna try to lift this up so they don't fall. The pink is too hot pink. The orange is too bright. Magenta, white, and green. What do you think?
I think those 3 colors are great. The blue's a little too dark, but it's still pretty. But it matches the blue butterflies on the side.
Yeah, it does. What do you guys think? I have to cut their wires off. And then I just added one to the bow too. I like
Brandon, that's a good idea.
What's that?
She said Kristen sewed buttons on a hairband, so the elastic wouldn't hurt the back of yours. We've seen people do that too. They've made little button extension pieces, so it goes right between the buttons and not their ears.
Yes. Yeah, and now people are selling those little pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Katie said I like them. Sandra said looks good. Renee said I like those. So yeah, looks like they're good.
These ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has a little pop of different color.
Right. So Gorilla Glue is what I use in my glue gun. Just to kind of, I want this one here. So that's what I buy in my glue sticks. It's also what I cut up and use in my glue skillet. There's that one, and then the green one. It looks really pretty like that.
It does.
Okay. 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 And then we'll add the one to our bow at the very top. I'll show you guys what it's going to look like. I might move him. Do you think he should be more to the center or more up here?
Alright, it's hard for me.
Okay, let me lift it. Trying to keep him so he doesn't fall. Here or here?
No, up. Yeah, up.
Really?
You can turn around and look
I know.
That looks like where a butterfly would be.
Right? It would look like right where a butterfly would perch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Judy said center. You gotta think like a butterfly.
Well, yeah, we have a lot of them in our garden right now because they're everywhere. So, okay, we're done. Yay! Okay, so let me show you. And I'll tell you what the actual measurement is on this one. 22.
22?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 22. Okay. Making sure all my wires and glue threads are out. How do we... But here we go. Let me move this. Make sure. Hang tight. Trying to get this to sit on my hook right and get rid of this that I see. Okay. I might cut this one because it's a touch too long.
The yellow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sometimes where you have to look and make some adjustments and trim them up. See, I want this one.
See if you can maybe pull the whole bow over to the left a little bit. I know it's kind of tough to do. Yeah, there you go. Mucho better.
Okay.
Yay.
I don't like, it keeps wanting to lean. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. We're done. We finished. Ta-da! There it is. This is our social distancing club. I had ideas to put toilet paper in there, hand sanitizer. You know, you could come in with the little fun bottles of hand sanitizer. You could have added that here, but
No way, man. That's like priceless stuff now.
right?
Too expensive.
But there's some fun options that you could obviously make with this one. I think it's just nice because the play on words with the butterfly and the word social, just, you know, it kind of ties the whole theme in together, and it looks really nice to have from here until whenever.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully it won't be that long. I'm hoping. So if you guys want to join my private group, I do have a private group. It's 2 ways to sign up. One you can do monthly, so it's $17 a month, or if you want to save $24 and pay for the whole thing up front, you can do the yearly up front at my Etsy shop. So Steve's pinning them, right, for me. And then I have a video on the Cats Creations page of how to sign up, because it's kind of complicated depending upon what route you go. But if you want the monthly one, you're just going to go to the website, which is KatsCreations, the letter N, the word more.com. You're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll see the private group information at the bottom. There's a link inside to sign up for the payment, and then a Facebook request that you have to do to join the private group. So you're welcome to do it either way. And we meet every Sunday night at 5 and Monday night at 5 through August. We do business classes on Monday nights at 5. So we have covered everything from the beginning on, you know, starting your business, how to take this from, you know, do I have enough following, enough interest to potentially turn this into a business. We walk you through the whole thing from the very beginning. We started, I think, in January. And we went through Facebook, Etsy, all this stuff with Etsy, all this stuff with Pinterest. What did we just cover last Monday? Something mobile app. Pic Collage.
Pic Collage.
We showed you how to use the Pic Collage app to make interesting Facebook and social media posts. So we cover all the media stuff, social media stuff, all the apps that you can download for free that help when creativity just isn't there. So Sunday night, what are we doing? Sunday night, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We might do something patriotic, like Americana patriotic. And then Monday, we're going to be doing Ripple, which is another free app. So that helps you make some interactive video and animation. So just make sure your post's fun. Any questions?
Thank you, thank you, Betty. Thank you, Audrey. Audrey's also great, always great, because she's another great Friday Night Live. Hope that distressed you gals somewhat before the weekend.
Yeah. Made something fun and something pretty. That it? Covered all the questions?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Well, I'll see you next Friday night, unless we do something midweek, and I'll let you generally know about it the morning of the when we're going to go live.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Well, have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Keep 6 feet apart. No cooties. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.